See. Yeah, we're trying to go live here. Show off some of this crystallized silver. Does a little better with this lighting in a live view. I went online live for about 2 minutes there and nobody jumped on before, so I don't know if it was broadcasting. There was one on there just now. Somebody dropped back off. So hopefully somebody's getting a view of it. Anybody in YouTube land? I'm right here, Milo. One person came on, and 4 seconds later, they were gone. So we'll wait and see if anybody else jumps on here. Maybe everybody's busy on a Friday night. You can see a little bit of the rock in there from the crystallized silver. Anybody on there? Somebody on. Hey, Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun. I love that name. I was just doing a little preview here. It looked like many people's jumped on. I was on for 2 minutes. There's AU Rebel. I think I wasn't broadcasting maybe the first time. But I was just going to show off a little bit of this live for people wanting to look at it. What's up, AU? AU, I got something for you. How about this? What do you think of that? Grow some of them? Yeah, that'd be all right. 0.66 grams. There's your gold nugget. Nice color to it. So these are actually something different than that. These are truly made by the dynamite blasting process when they put 6 holes in the side of the wall. I'm doing good, Rebel. And if you see right here, you can even see some of the rock from the mine wall. If you look right there in that nugget, and you'll see sometimes on the bottom where they blast up against the wall. So these are pretty unique. These are absolutely gorgeous. They're pretty fragile. They're crystallized. These are not made chemically or electronically. These are made through the dynamite blasting process, which really makes them extremely unique and rare, and I really don't get many of them. This is the most I've ever gotten at one time. I did, and your package actually went out this morning. It went out this morning. Everybody's went out this morning. I think everybody but one payment. I got them all but one payment so far, and I'm waiting on it to send the rest out. But the neat thing with this is these are actually already been weighed. 7.2 grams. This is a bigger dog. And if you actually open this up, I'll take this one out since it's the big dog. This is hard to get out because it literally fills the entire thing. But look at the bottom of this. See, you can see the little bit of the from the mine actually into that crystallized silver nugget, and you can see it there on the bottom. But this thing is just absolutely gorgeous, man. You can see little pieces. I try to be very delicate with these, as you see handling these. Let's take a look at this one. And you'll see a lot of times that they're concave from the dynamite blast, how they actually blow up and they'll be concave. You see it? See the rock and the dirt in the bottom of it? So these are not made chemically, electronically, and crystallizing silver, which you can do. These are actually made through the dynamite blasting process. And they're very fragile because of that, the way they're created natural and really old school mining. But I thought I'd give a little closer look so people could see these. And you can see how unique these truly are. So they're, I mean, you really, when you look at them closely, you understand how real they are and how rare they are. This one's got quite a bit of mine material from the walls. They are super cool, man. They really are. So you can see this one. See, you can see the stuff at the bottom. Oh, where it blew up against the mine walls or the floors from the dynamite blasting. See the little pebbles or rocks in there. See a little rock right there on the end. See if I can show it to you with a pen again. So basically right there, see the rock? It's melted into the silver. Yeah, I could probably knock that off, but I'll leave it. Let anybody wants to clean it up. You can see this one's embedded in there. And this thing, if you look, it's concave. It goes around. You know, if you look at it, and it's where it blasts up, and this would be the top. And they'll pry them off with like a screwdriver out of the mine walls or off the floors, and see where this blasted up and probably into a corner and a side. But they are definitely, yeah, hang on just a second. I got a lot of gold nuggets. It seems like this community, of course, is more of a coin community, so they do a whole lot with uh, silver. I got quite a a lot of gold from me actually being a gold miner. I do more gold mining than anything. But there's your good look at that gold nugget. Let me flip it over on the other side. I just got that in. He knows how I like these unique shaped ones. So this one, there you go. Some urban nuggets. So urban nuggets, that means it came from areas inside the city. What's the description for an urban nugget there, if you don't mind me asking? But this one has got a lot of uniqueness to it in it. It's a placer, but it looks like it hasn't moved much. It hasn't traveled much away from the source because it's not smoothed out a lot. It still looks like a nice nugget. All from electronic scrapping. Okay, an urban nugget. Yeah, see, these are all natural from gold mining. Either, a lot of times he puts a sticker on these, typically from this prospector, and I have a pretty good network of guys I prospect with. Get them either out of California or Alaska for the most part. They could be Nevada too, because this same mine, they get the crystal, they'll get some gold too. And I've got a couple that are extremely rare. I mean, extremely, to get the crystallized silver nuggets, and they'll sometimes have gold in them. And I haven't really looked these over a lot. I usually take a loop and look at them really well, and I'll sometimes see some gold that's actually crystallized in these silver nuggets also. And of course, if it's anything of any magnitude, it kind of bumps the price up, to say the least, because of the rarity. Yeah, everything that I find is actually through mining, typically in the stream beds or hard rock mining. I have a 4-inch dredge, so I actually dredge, and I've got air. I can actually go under mask and respirator and either dredge, high bank, run a stream sluice. Occasionally we'll just go old school and do some, panning, but mainly gold prospecting. I don't know how much you've actually prospected versus detect, but I've got numerous different pieces of equipment. People typically start with a pan and finish with a pan. Now this one's kind of unique too. Look at this one. It's a smaller one. Man, it's got little fingers to it all around it. It's kind of clumpy. And it's only, 5.5 grams. I think it's a neat looking one. Some people like the splayed ones. Some people like the ones that just look like more like an iceberg. They pop up. If you keep them in the gem jars, they don't oxidize. They won't change and turn all colors. They'll actually stay this blast white. Now, if you take them out, and let's say you have a smoker in the house or any outside contaminants or stuff, there's a little piece loose on that one. They will oxidize, and they'll turn, purple, blue, greenish color. They'll darken. Then you'd have to re-dip them to get back to that blast white, but they will tarnish and they will oxidize. So, but if you keep them in a sealed container, they don't. Yep. So you've probably been dry washing probably up in Arizona, which I got a buddy getting ready to go to Arizona and do some of that. So here's another look at this one. Look, check this one out. How unique it is. Almost like a glob in the middle and then spreads out. That one's a 6.5 gram. These things are anywhere from 4 grams up to 6.5. I've got a couple small ones here that were thrown in. I haven't even weighed yet. That he had actually loose in there, wrapped up in bubble wrap. And I put them in the gem jars. I don't know if he ran out of them or what. But I bought as much as I could get from him. This gives you some of the little pieces. Now look, When you look at this, can you see where they've scraped this off the mine floors? Yeah, you're gonna start bidding on it. There we go. Yeah, and I'll tell you the prices typically is by the gram. However, it'll change a little bit if they're extremely unique or if they have some gold in them. But if you see that vial at the shows, that's about 10 grams typically of silver. And at the show, shows when I've done some of the gold shows and stuff, we've typically got around $20 a vial for the 10 grams of it. So I know that sounds high, but crystallized silver is not just something you run across anytime. This vial is a little bit cleaner. And what I do is I just do it on a case-by-case basis when you look what you got, because they are specimen grade. They're specimen grade. And there's some little tiny vials with just a little bit in them that this gets into everybody's budget. I told them to give me a mixture. But you can imagine, they're scraping. They're quite often drilling directly into solid silver. Yeah, we're going to sell some of them. If you just send me an email, I put the other video up when I first got them in, and I'll send you a price. You just got to figure out what you want. The three things we've got there, obviously, is the wow. Here, I didn't even look at this one. Man, that's a beauty. Sheesh, looks like an iceberg. Look at the big hole in the middle of it. And you see some of the mine wall in there. Now these are 999. Let me make sure that's not gold and that's actually a rock in there. I'm going to take a look at this and open it. Hang on just a second. You know what, guys? Guess what that is? That is not a rock. You may take a guess what that is in the center of that nugget down in the bottom. I may have to keep that one for myself. Take a guess. Take a guess. What do you think that is in the center of that big crater or hole of this crystallized nugget? Nope, not copper. You got it, American Gold Pro. That is gold. Same thing that's right there. Look. There's a gold nugget in the middle of this one. I told you I just got these in. I hadn't even looked at them yet. I need to look at each and every one. That's why I haven't. Not trying to be curt or anything. I need to look these over. I ordered this lot direct from the prospector. He's actual part owner in a Silvercrest mine there on the California-Nevada border. They literally go in with a bucket and they pick these things up. I've got some that are over an ounce in size that are huge. I mean, I told him, I said, send me as many as you can of the 4 to 7 gram size nugget you can fit in a small gem jar. And that's what the order was. He may not even seen this one. He probably didn't, because these typically get pulled out and sold at an extreme premium. Man, that's gorgeous. I don't have one this small. The ones I've got, they got 3 or 4 pieces of gold, are a lot bigger. But see how that gold's been crystallized also? That's unreal. That shows you how natural these are. These are not man-made. 3.1 grams. So it's not even a big nugget. They're so hollow. Wow. Yeah, I think that's going to probably go in my own personal collection. That thing rocks. It's freaking beautiful, man. Tony, y'all see this one? Look at this. It's a big gold nugget in the middle of it, down in the pit of the... It's unreal. That's a neat preview. So I guess everybody's out tonight on a Friday night. My wife and I, we just got in. We went and got a pizza. Ran around together. Yeah, isn't that pretty wild, Mel? So, Mel, we're just doing a little preview on some of this crystallized silver. Y'all mash that like button if you don't mind. And, hey, Yukon Cornelius, good to see you, my friend. We just found, going through these, I just got them in today after work. Got in A Silver Smokestacks. I got a few more people coming on here now. We are just looking at these crystallized silver nuggets, and we're talking about how they're made. You can see the little rock there by my finger. How these are actually made through the dynamite blasting process. And you'll see a little bit of the rock from the mine walls from hard rock mining. And a lot of these will show more. Silver and gold, my friend, you're right. These will show a lot of material quite often gets locked into these, not as much on that one. That one's got a little rock on the top, but look at this one. From the dynamite blasting process, can you see how it's concave where it blasts up against the wall? And then can you see there by my thumb the rock in the mine wall, the little brown one? And then you'll see on the very bottom tip a little piece of the rock also. So these are 999 pure silver, but you can see these are not chemically made or electronically made. These are truly made by placing six half sticks of dynamite in a circle in the mine walls, and then they're set off old school mining wise. And I've got to look through. I got 15 of these in the small gem jars. I also got me a gold nugget. He typically sends me a gold nugget there with my orders, but this one I think may have slipped through on him. This is, oh shoot, is a crystallized silver nugget. And for those of you that just came, don't answer it if I've already heard it before. What do you think's in the center of that big hole or crater of this nugget? And we didn't know this was here till I looked at it. Anybody just came on like Mel? What do you think that is? Yukon, you got it, Silver Smokestacks. It's gold. So you got a gold. I just looked at it and had my glasses on here. I thought it was a piece of the nugget. But if you look at that thing, that's gold. It is gold, Mel. Now see, look at the bottom of it, how it's concave. See where they pried that off the mine walls or the floors. These are very, very unique. So we typically price them by the gram. They're $4 to $5 a gram. But that being said, if they're really unique in the look and the design, or if they got something like crystallized gold into them, it kind of changes the game altogether because the rarity just shoots up that much more. They're rare enough as they are, but they're quite often when they're drilling directly into gold, and directly into a silver seam, and then quite often if they got gold will run in there with it too in that hard rock mine, and you'll get some of this. But yeah, these are pretty unique, and these you can make these artificially. These are definitely not the case. These are made from old school dynamite blasting, and you can see that these are not made chemically or electronically or anything like that. But what I'll probably do is I'm gonna be got some plans here this weekend, but I'm just having everybody send me an email if you're interested, and what I can do is figure out whether you want one of these small gem jars as we're looking at. These are all the small gem jars, or if you're wanting a little sample mini vial. These don't have very much in them. They're just tiny, so there's people that are on a budget. I probably won't be able to ship these unless you're ordering something else. And then you've got the full large. These are almost usually around 10 grams. And you see some of the mine rocks, or where these pick these off the floors and mine walls when they're collecting that silver. These are, and not all the silver, of course, crystallizes. It's the only one that's in that direct heat and pressure into the blasting area when they're drilling right into the silver. But they are pretty neat, pretty unique, to say the least. And I need to look them all through, upside to inside, carefully hold them, and see which ones have gold in them and which ones don't. But you guys got any questions for me? Anything about them and stuff? Give you an idea there about the price. I have no idea how much is in these little vials. I'm going to guess, a gram or two. But the bigger vials that are full and packed, there's typically about 10 grams of gold in there. And then the vials are all anywhere from 4 grams all the way up. There's a 5.4 up to 7 grams. I know some of these were 7.4s. And look at this one. This one's just crystallized all the way through. And it's a 5.2. Look and see if we see any more ones here that's got any gold in them. That's a chunk of gold in that one, man. And see how that gold's crystallized too. There's a big chunk there, 5.7. Sometimes the ones that are really sprayed out really are pretty are the lighter ones, 6.1. Yeah, they're pretty neat. I've actually sent everything out this morning, my friend. I typically get it off and get it done and send it out. I wouldn't dream to try and send these with coins or anything else. Honestly, I'll wrap these up extremely well in bubble wrap. It'll probably be about $3.50 to put them in a bubble wrap envelope and stamp fragile on them, because you don't want to shake and bring them up. I mean, I tell you what, it's something you got to pack pretty easy. Yeah, I sent it out right away there. I mean, I think you're going to be real happy, Silver Smokestacks, with you got. I looked at those coins a little bit more and stuff, and you definitely got you a sweet deal, my friend, which is no problem at all. I'm glad to see you get it. I truly am. I mean that genuinely. But that was a fun little auction. Uh, the only reason why I don't auction these off, honestly, and you'll think this sounds stupid, but I'm worried it'll go too high. I know there's some people with bigger, deeper pocketbooks that price isn't a big option for them, and I don't want to see them overpay or pay too much, or one person gets the majority of them. I'd like to see everybody initially, maybe people get one of these smaller gem jars on the 4 to 5, 7 grams, because I've already got 4 or 5 emails when I looked. And then maybe, everybody get a large vial or small vial, something like that, or one of the two. I probably won't sell the little ones by themselves. If somebody orders one of the nuggets and you want to get one of these, whatever, we end up figuring out the price on that. It's probably not much more than $4 or $5. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure I've got a lot of interest. Just pop me an email. I've got a list there started, and I'm just going to try and do a first come, first serve. Say, hey, yeah, I'm interested in one of stuff, and then I'll just directly email you, and we can actually like take a picture of several of them, let you pick out which one, let you know the weight, and figure out something from there. I'd like to see everybody get a chance at getting one without no one else getting one, because they're not that easy to come by, to say the least. I mean, look at this one. My goodness, look at the points sticking up on it. Hey, HD Shovelhead, we're just doing a crystallized silver review or preview. We were looking at some of these. I had just got home from work when I left that initial video, and we did not get a chance to really look these over very well, and we got some surprises there. Um, a couple things. First, we discussed how these are made. If you watch that, it's through the dynamite blasting process. They drill 6 holes in the side of the hard rock mine, put half a stick of dynamite on each one, and ship it off simultaneously, or at the same time they all go off. And you can see how concave, and you can even see the rock from the mine walls. These are 99 silver, but you do get a little bit of the mine walls that sometimes get melted into it, because quite often they're drilling directly into seams of silver. Your name winning a giveaway. Really? I'm going to have to figure out where that's at then. I have to look through my channel. If you see it again, pop me a message on here or something. I haven't won anything for a while. I rarely win anything. But, yeah, so basically what I was saying there, no HD. What's that? No sure what HD is. Oh, HD won a thing. Okay. I see. I'm on this iPad. I got you. I on the iPad, so I see the last message. I've got to actually touch it to see what's going on. Cool. Congratulations to HD. Oh, no worries. Don't give it a second thought. I was surprised when you said that there. But basically, when this process goes off, you're going to get a lot of different things. And one is, and this doesn't happen very often, and I don't know if he even knew this when he sent this one. This actually ended up with a crystallized piece of gold in there too. So the gold and silver quite often run together, and you can see how this is concave, and it either blasts against the mine walls or floors, and you see where it picked up a lot of the material from the mine on the back of it. So this one got hit pretty hard, and man alive, it really shocked me that I see a nice chunk of gold in there. This one's really hard to even fit into the gem jar. It is pretty sweet, Arnie. It really is. They're just unique as all get out. And like I said, if you're interested in one, I'm going to try and limit everybody to at least one of these medium vials. It's 4 to 7 grams. Looks like one to see. Looks like one like ore in the middle of that one. Yeah, it's actually, like I said, it's gold. So you got a nice chunk of crystallized gold that's in there in the middle of it. So isn't that beautiful? And like you said, here's the mine walls and floors that blasts up against. You can see there's a little bit of redness there too. That might be some kind of copper too. But man, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. There, I may, not to tantalize you, I've got a few that bigger ones than even this that got gold and several pieces of gold in them that I paid some pretty good money for in my personal collection. And this one, I don't have any this small. This might have to go in my personal collection too. But that one is a gorgeous one. I still think this one's a looker too, though. Let me pull this up out of the way a little bit. You look at this one, man. Look at that little tentacle that blows out there. And you see little pieces. No, I haven't seen it with crystals. Like if you're talking about gemstone crystals. No, not a whole. A lot of times this is just pure hard rock. You mainly get the crystals when you're like in mines and caves and it's developed there, in Colorado and areas, in open mines, and they find pockets. So when you find the crystals, you typically find them in pockets. This is usually right into hard rock, and these are crystallizing because of the heat and blast and pressure from the dynamite explosion. So it's a little bit different and unique, but no, I don't typically, I've never seen, I don't think you're going to, you never say never, but I don't think you're going to see anything that's going to actually have a gemstone crystal. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm still learning too. Every day you got to keep on learning. But look at this one. You can see there's a little bit of mine for, but this one's pretty clean on the back, so it didn't pick up a lot through the blast. But what's neat with this is you got that big glob of silver, and then you got a hole in it. I'm trying to be real careful with these. If you notice, I'm being very delicate with the touch. But these are pretty special. They really are a prize for anybody's collection. They really don't go by weight, anything to do with the spot price of silver, because they're specimen grade. They're everything like that. It's about rarity. So typically $4 to $5 a gram, and then it just depends on how unique they are. If they're a real looker, and of course when you have one that has like crystallized gold in it too, it changes the game. I hate to tell you what that would end up doing. I probably hang on to this one myself, and I'm not even positive he knew that got put in there. He sure didn't let me know it was coming that way. Usually he would, to know that I would hang on to it or pull it out or something like that. But he's a good friend of mine. We're supposed to meet up again next year for an excursion together with our wives. But this is direct from the miner. This is bypassing any middleman. This is prospector to prospector. I can hardly even get this in the gem jar. I may have to put this in a medium gem jar. It's so wide. You can see the rock there on the end. Oh, I got you. For that one with the gold in it, I'll have to sleep on that one. I just got this thing 15 minutes ago, and I tell you, they're hard, really, really hard. I've only got a couple in my collection. They're bigger than this, and I think one's got two or three pieces of gold in it. But yeah, the ones with gold in them, man, they're just like not common at all. And that's an understatement there. But let me think about it, HD. You send me an email on it, you'll at least get first refusal. How's that sound? But I'll give you that much, versus anybody else that's out here with that. I'm just trying to get it back in the jar. This little lip right here. You know what? I agree with Arnie. It is too pretty to let go. It's unique because it's actually down in that crater. Look at that. It's down in that crater. My God, it's gorgeous. It just melted right in there naturally. And you can see where it blends right into the silver. Nested. I like that. That's exactly. It's a nest like a golden egg, right? The golden nugget egg that's nested down in there. Yeah, that thing's unreal, is it not? I'd like to have about 10 of them like that. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to probably go get a bigger gem jar because I don't want to knock this little lip off. I don't know how he got it in there. I'm sure if I keep playing with it, I could get it in there. But you know what? It's so special. I've got bigger jars. I'm going to put that in a bigger gem jar than that. But, if you haven't mashed that like button, I'd love for you to mash it down there. I know a lot of times I forget to tell people. A lot of times my mods will tell them, hey, mash the like button, etc. Even on my videos, I forget to post it or say it. But look at that. That's a nice piece of gold. These are typically running around 22 karat. 22 karat. He put that one in a white gem jar so that I would see it and not miss it. 0.66. They got another person on here. Yeah, I appreciate if you mash that like button. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that's a nice one too. And you see, this is placer gold. So Arnie, if you're still learning, or I think it was you or someone commented about asking about crystals and stuff. If you look at this gold nugget, this is in all likelihood from the looks at a placer nugget, meaning that it moved through, say, a water or stream. But if you see where it's still got that rough texture, or a little bit of the rough texture, that means it hasn't moved far from the source, or it's actually not really got there where the water and current hasn't rolled it and smoothed it out a lot. So got a lot of character that gold nugget does. A lot of nice character. A lot of them don't do that. And I have had a couple crystallized gold nuggets that came out of the hard rock mining process, and it's just like this one right here. People talked me out of it. It shows. I'd bring them to show them off, and somebody would offer me too much money, and the daggone thing would end up going away. But I regret it later on afterwards. We got 10 people in here now, guys. 7 likes. Mash that like button. If you got any questions, we're just doing a crystallized silver preview. Just let you know, these are not made chemically, electronically, in any way, shape, or form. These are made through the dynamite blasting process in old school mining. And they drill 6 holes in the side of the mine wall, put half a stick of dynamite in each one. And when they quite often are drilling directly into a seam of silver, and it comes in contact with heat and blast, it will crystallize a lot of the silver. And you'll see how concave a lot of these are. And you'll see little pieces of mine wall and rock in there. So these are very unique. They're very fragile. You can see some little pieces there in the gem jar. And you see the hole in there too, I believe. See the hole that's in there. So these are gorgeous. And you see a little bit of the mine rock right there on the end. So these are made through the blasting process. And this one here, for you new people that jumped on, ended up getting a little bit of gold in it. So it's crystallized gold in there with the crystallized silver. So like somebody said, I think it was Yukon, said silver and gold. Don't want to sing here for you. But that one is, like you said, somebody mentioned, it was nested. So it's kind of nested in that little pocket of that crystallized silver nugget. And that makes them really extremely rare. And you can see another little piece of the mine wall on that. And you see where it blasted up against the back of the mine wall. Picked up some particles there too. And they're pretty fragile. You can try and clean them if you wanted to, but I think you're best just to leave them alone, not mess with them. You know, get them in your gem jar. Hey, Dime Digger, what's going on, my man? Hey, Dime Digger, I got your stuff out there today. I don't know if you got a chance yet to send out that. It was like $12.50 or something. I didn't see the PayPal go through. I sent you a little email there too. But anyways, your package is ready to go from last night's coin auction, just so you know. But be careful driving and listening. Be careful. But that one's got crystallized gold and silver. I'm going to leave this one up. There's 9 mash the like buttons there out of 10 people watching. If anybody's missed it, mash it again for me if you don't care. But can you all see that? And here's something different there. You sent it yesterday. Make sure it went through there, my friend. And make sure it went to the right email there. I actually sent you a return request where we've dealt with each other before and stuff. I sent you a PayPal request for it there. I did not see it. So if I'm missing it, let me know. And you might want to just double check. I did not see it. Did not see it somehow or another. But I sent the other 4 or 5 auctions off this morning. But when I was checking them out, I didn't see it for some reason. You know. And maybe I missed it, but I didn't see it. But just double check there with it and see. Maybe we got our wires crossed. You never know about information technology and transferring things electronically. But isn't that beautiful? I'll let you look at that up closer if I can. Wow, there you go. Now you see how well That gold's been crystallized too. It makes it worse looking at that. HD's want to want it even more now. Wow. All right, man. I'll double check there too after I get off here. I'll go ahead and ship it out to you. I'm not worried about it either way. Ain't gonna make or break me. I know that you're good for it. We've done too much together already, but for some reason it didn't go away there. I had your address from before, so it does look like a meteorite, doesn't it? But I'm not sure why. I didn't see any $15 transaction go through. I hope the email was pumped in like a silver tree. It does. Hey, it looks like something out of like you know one of these crazy movies, like I don't know what you want to say, like a mystic movie or something there with things. Man, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's gonna be a nice video. Got a good look at it there. But yeah, it's a pretty neat silver and gold preview. Avatar. There you go, HD. That's exactly what I was thinking. Those kind of movies. Yeah, something like out of an Avatar movie. Exactly. He knew what I was talking about. I just couldn't find the right word or the right movie name. But everything about this one, beyond the gold being in it, freaking rocks, does it not? Look at that dip down in there, too. I mean, this thing is literally a work of art. An absolute work of art. You take this to a gem show, people with deep pockets, it'd probably be scary what they give you for this. They pay some big, big money for certain gemstones like aquamarine and whatnot. And the rarer, the higher it gets. And by far and away, this is off the scale on rarity. It is beautiful, man. I would put this one in one of those display boxes with a little bit of the putty and have it set up on a little tier. Yeah, put not for sale and boom, many offers. Yeah, I've got a couple I should dig out and show to you that's got a lot of gold in them and stuff. Hey, Tony, you know where that little white box is in my closet? It's that little one you took out of the gem jar and you put it in a, uh, not a Precious Moments box. You know that little white jewelry box you put it in? Can you look at it and see? Let me run and get one of the big dogs, guys. Hang on just a second. I'm going to be back 20 seconds. Hang on. I'm going to get that other big. There's a Pandora box. All right, guys. I might have to move a couple of these. Cool, I believe. So I'm going to pull this one out. This one needs to get into a gem jar because it's starting to oxidize some and turn colors. But look at this one. See there, the oxidation already starting to take place. Okay, so this one's pretty heavy too. This is quite a bit bigger, but if you look at this one, you see gold here, you see gold there. I think there's 3 places. So you see the crystallized gold there. You see it up here on top. Maybe on the other side or bottom. I'd have to really look at this with my glasses on. But it needs to be probably really re-dipped because my wife took it out of a large gem jar and she needed it for something, but she put it in this daggone Pandora box. And you let air get to it, it's silver, it's going to tarnish, it's going to start oxidizing. That's exactly what happened. But look at this. See the rock and the black from the blasting, the mining process? I mean, this one is freaking unreal. And you look at something like this, it is unreal the cost that gets into these when they get like that. I paid too much for this, but one of those things we felt like you had to have it. But if you can see the gold right down here, see if I get my pen. So you can see the gold right here. See the gold up here sticking up. And there might be other places. A lot of this is tarnish. It's starting to oxidize. It looks like a copper color. It's not copper, but it's actually just the tarnish where you'll see gold coins start turning and changing colors, or silver coins, I should say. But probably need to dip this one in silver cleaner to get all, if I want to keep that off. I mean, some people like the tarnished color. I had one guy that actually tarnished his where it turned purple and green and blue, and he liked that. But yeah, I've even got bigger ones than this, believe it or not. It's put up. I think one may have gold, one may not, but don't take them out too often. If you put them in a smoker's environment, they really tarnish quick. A house that has a smoker in it, and because of the smoke, and it pulls all the impurities out of the air, and it'll change those colors and different colors depending on what you're out there with. But anyways, to give you another idea, and look at that one. It's gorgeous, isn't it? But hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in to check out a little crystallized silver preview. They are pretty, aren't they? I think I got that one. I almost got that one to close. I'm not going to force it. I have to play with this one once we get off. Either put it in a bigger jar because really and truly, that thing, I don't know how he got it in there the first time. I really don't. That might get it right there. So, anyways, yeah, I tried angling it, Arnie. That's exactly what I was trying to do, and it's not helping it. It's not helping it. It's actually too wide somehow or another, and he may not have had the lid down on it all the way. It's too wide angling or either side, but I'll play with it there. I don't want to damage it in any way, shape, or form. And but yeah, flip it over. I'm not going to flip that over because then you got this facing up. I don't want to do that. I'll leave it there to sit in a jar. I've got bigger jars. It's going to get its own big gem jar and nest it around in a nicer, bigger, soft cushion area so it stays protected. I'm not going to screw it up. Trust me. I've dealt with these enough that I've learned you don't want to force them. If you look at this one right here, there's actually a crack in the lid. You see the crack right there? So I got to replace the lid on that one. Yeah, thanks, Arnie. I appreciate you tuning in. It is really nice and really sweet. I need to look them over. There may be, HD, there may be more than one in here that has gold in it too. So I need to look them over some. I got you. You might end up getting it. You never know. I have to sleep on this one a little bit. I got some family plans this weekend. So honestly, guys, I am not going to get with anybody till probably Monday. Send me an email. Let me know what you might be looking at. Like I said before, I'm going to look at giving everybody an opportunity for one of these bigger ones, 4 to 7 grams, and then an option if they want one of the silver vials and a small silver vial. I won't be selling the small silver vials by themselves because it's not priced enough high enough to even warrant the shipping, because we're going to have to spend about $3.50 to ship them, and if it ends up being a higher price, we might have to put some insurance on them too, because I don't want to see them get damaged. I wrap them up in bubble wrap. They'll definitely go as a package. There you go. Yeah, he's up. He'll be there. Um, with flash in your pan. I think HD, you're going to go to the outing too, aren't you? The flash in your pan East Coast prospecting outing there in late June. So we're going to meet up if you're going to that. There, yeah. So go up and yeah, maybe I'll have something by then too. If I don't let you turn loose of this one, maybe I can help you out. I think I might have it positioned right now to close the lid on it. Nope, not a chance. Well, right now, Yukon Cornelius, we just filled up literally 2 days ago, and it's going to be in central Ohio in Richland County outside of Belleville in a private claim or private property, private campgrounds. And we filled it up literally, well, we actually overfilled it. We had originally supposed to be 6 spaces for East Coast prospecting with campers, families, campers, campsite. So it was 12 total, plus the 3 of us that were running the outing. was going to be 15, and then we just opened it up with 2 more each, Flash in Your Pan, and 2 more on East Coast Prospecting. So I think we're up to 19, and that's as big as we want to get for that small campground. And it's, again, a private campground. About $30 for the weekend. Everybody's prepaid. I don't think there's 1 or 2 people that still got to pay, but you'll get to see it on YouTube. You'll get to see it here on East Coast Prospecting. If you're on Facebook, East Coast Prospecting, over 4,000 members. That's where we started at on Facebook. Check it out. Check it out there on East Coast Prospecting on Facebook. And you'll get to see it. Let me see if there's another unique or pretty one to see. Here's a nice one. Give you another one to look at or gander at. Look at that one. And sometimes you look at these and think, hey, that's shaped like this or that. It looks like a big fish almost, doesn't it? Jumping out of the water. You get a lot of different shapes and sizes. That one's really crystallized a lot. But anyways, yeah, it's there. But anyways, I'm going to jump off here. The battery on this iPad's about ready to die. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And maybe you can, yeah, you can see it like a big bass or something jumping there and like into the water. So on the side by my thumb is like its mouth, and the tail flips around. But yeah, they get pretty unique. But thanks for tuning in there, guys. Probably went longer than I thought I was going to, but they were really pretty. I think finding this gold nugget at the last second probably made it go a lot longer. But you all have a great weekend. I don't know if I'll get on this weekend. I might be able to get by a coin shop this weekend or two. Maybe I'll do some footage there. But you guys take care. And yeah, so much like you all have a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long work week. But take care, and everybody be safe out there and have a good time. ECP over and out. Take care, guys and gals. We appreciate